I went window shopping on AliExpress. And boy, did I find a deal for you. Believe it or not, I began preparing for today's video by searching for the most butt-ugly watches on AliExpress. I mean, why not? So many other budget-conscious watch review channels have their top 10 deals on AliExpress, the 5 best dive watches on AliExpress, and all sorts of reviews, featuring a list of watches one can buy from AliExpress, especially when on sale. I've even seen several channels share things like the top 5 watches I wouldn't buy if my life or my dog's right leg depended on it, and neither should you. For those of you who don't know, AliExpress is a Chinese online bargain outlet known for budget brand watches and lots of other items, many of which show up to your front door wrapped in plain brown paper. But it wasn't long before I stumbled upon a watch and a watch brand I'd never seen before. It was the brand called Liebig. The watch is the Liebig L1021. Liebig is how you pronounce the name of the brand. I know this because I looked it up. Otherwise, I would have been pronouncing it the way it's spelled. Liebig. Like you big fat liar. But as for the model of the watch, well, I'm just assuming the name because when you look at the listing on AliExpress, it reads fashion brand men's watches, women's quartz watch, female waterproof luxury wristwatch, relogio femenino casual male clock L1021 or something like that. Did you know that this brand was named after an actual man? A man named Carl Liebig. I tried Googling Mr. Carl Liebig to see who he was, but nothing other than a lot of obituaries popped up. However, all the important stuff about the company's namesake is found on its homepage. Read along with me, would you? Silently or aloud in an unknown tongue. It really doesn't matter. Mr. Carl Liebig's original idea is to express the spirit of male persistence and bravery. Coinciding with the 1989 U.S. military operation in Panama, he was inspired to graft this feeling with a watch, an item that reflects masculine charm, and then designed a classic watch in the style of commanders, pilots, explorers, and other series. In the same year, he was invited to design a watch for the Academy Awards guests to wear for the ceremony. And then, the Liebig Starry Star fashion business watch was born. Since then, Liebig watches have experienced ups and downs in styles of classic business and fashion for both male and female, and have gone through a journey of 30 years. But that doesn't tell me how the Liebig factory wound up in China. And it's a clean-looking place too, I've got to admit. Check out the display room. Another question. What exactly is the spirit of male persistency and bravery, and how do you graft it to a watch? To graft something means that it wasn't there to begin with, and the thing grafted will never actually be part of the thing grafted to, just connected. Furthermore, what is grafted gets its life from what it's grafted to. So does that mean that male persistence and bravery, especially the kind that was around at the time of the 1989 Panama Canal operation, gets its sustenance from a watch that reflects masculine charm? Was it charming mascules that invaded Panama and toppled the Noriega dictatorship? And why is it that the charm cannot be released without it matched up with you? How about we take a closer look at the Liebig Mel Clock L1021? Just so you know, I don't have this watch. I didn't buy it and it wasn't given to me. So Liebig did not sponsor this review. I'm just commenting on what I can see online. To begin with, the most important feature on this watch is one I've never seen pointed out on any other watch. This watch features time. Now stop and think about this. This watch doesn't simply tell time. It has time built in. That, my fellow horologist, is amazing. But that's not all. There's more. Not all watch cases and clasps are alike. For one thing, instead of just being machined and brushed, the case of the L1021 is shiny, sparkling, and noble, and elegant because of the detailed carving and rare Chinese chicken pecking seen nowhere else. If that wasn't enough, by golly, you've got to admire the extra mile Liebig has taken to provide a skin-friendly clasp. According to the measurements afforded us, the male clock L1021 has a dial width of 25 millimeter and 35.5 millimeters. I'm guessing the larger one is the male clock and the smaller one is for the femininos. Interestingly, even though the dials vary by 10.5 millimeter, the dial thickness is the same for men and women at 12. Looking at another page, we see that the case is made of an aluminum alloy and features a stainless steel strap. That won't pose any problems, I'm sure. It has a quartz movement, a lug-to-lug of 43 millimeter, and a case width of 36 millimeter, not 35.5, and a dial width of 26.5 millimeter. But please note, all products are measured manually. If there is any error, or in other words, if you find that the watch you receive is either bigger or smaller, don't go calling the company and complaining. Go back and look at your watch. That's the actual measurement. You can't blame manual measuring. Again, I don't have one of these beauties to try on, but according to the website, this model of watch is designed to do something very unique. The concept behind the design is to bring a wonderful experience to your torso. I mean, at least that's what I think. It says, more than the wonderful experience between wrists. What else is between your wrists? And if that's not enough, for less than $13 you can have many elegant moments. One every time you get the feeling of jewels wrapped around your wrist. And speaking of moments, at this moment, elegant and moving. Don't these young vampires from Twilight look elegant and moving as they wear their time? And look at how elegant this wrist is. I'm sure this young lady feels like jewels are wrapped around her wrist, don't you? I just wish she could get her thumb looked at before she spends another $12 on a watch. If you're wondering, and I know you are, there are a variety of colors to choose from. So don't get in a rush when you decide to order. So let's talk money. Moolah, the green stuff. AliExpress is always offering coupons that can lower the price you pay for a watch. For example, take a look at these. If you were to buy 2 of these casual male or female clocks, and why wouldn't you, of course, you qualify for a 3% discount. That's 73.5 cents, people. But if you think that's a deal like the invisible stripper said before taking off her clothes, you ain't seen nothing yet. If you're in the United States, legally or not, if you spend over $150, you get $15 off. In other words, you buy 12 of these beauties, 1 will be free. Now, if you don't want to buy 12, I understand. But for $12.25 each, and all you want is just 1, all you would need to do is spend $2.99 more on something like a cool Spider-Man t-shirt. And you could get $2 off, meaning the t-shirt only cost 99 cents. The real deal, however, is the last coupon offer. You could literally buy a $1.01 item for a penny after the $1 rebate. So what are you waiting for? There's probably one or two of you who will give the Liebig some serious thought and might even buy one. Let us know if that's you, and especially after you receive it, because I want to know how it feels between the wrists. And if you can sense the engrafted bravery, let me know about that too. In all seriousness, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and if you can, buy me a cup of coffee. Until next time, be safe, God bless, and remember, watches are replaceable, but time is not.